Hey everyone, welcome to Sunrise Extra. This is our live, unscripted, streaming after show that starts every day, about 7:01, 7:02, whenever we get our act together. Grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea, a scone, whatever you got. We're all in 4 boxes here like the Brady Bunch. Hi everyone.
Oh, scone sounds
nice.
Hey,
good morning. I know you made me hungry.
I know.
Hi.
I wish I had some food. Good morning, Rod. Hey, we are talking about working from home.
Good
all
morning.
of you folks who are so fortunate enough to be able to work from home, because there's a lot of people without jobs who would like to be doing that. How's it going for you? Is it way better than you thought it would be? Is it way worse? Is it a lot
what's
weirder?
weird is that, so here's the deal, part of our changing coverage is that we're starting our Sunrise show at 5 o'clock right now through this instead of 4:30. And then it usually takes me at least 20 minutes plus to drive to work. So instead of getting up at 2:15, I'm getting up at 3. So I'm thinking, man, that's going to be fantastic. But the fact of the matter is, even though I'm sitting here in my fuzzy house slippers, which are really comfortable, I don't find myself being more rested because I think my routine has been so thrown off. And even though I really enjoy being at home typically, if anything, I'm more tired than I was in my routine of getting up earlier and then driving to work. Does that make sense? The unsettledness of it isn't making me feel more well rested. Does that make sense?
Chime in, Drew.
No.
No.
It doesn't make sense. Because I'll be honest with you, now that we are not hitting till 5. No, Rod, fact of the matter is this. I'm getting up a little bit later than I was before since there is nothing to do at night. I mean, our kids don't have practice. The homework isn't happening right now. I know that that's supposed to kick back in. Schools are going to be supplementing their education beginning, I believe it's next week. But right now, we don't really have homework. We don't have practices. I'm not watching sports at night. I'm waking up later than I was before. I'm not driving to work. So in that respect, this has been, I guess you might say, better because I'm sleeping more and I do feel more rested. But I do miss, the face-to-face social interaction, really with all of you at work, getting out and about. Yesterday, I literally left the house for about 45 seconds to walk to our mailbox to get the mail and came back in.
I know that's
Other than
kind
that,
of our
I didn't
new
even have
normal.
shoes on all day yesterday.
Rod, I totally get you. I understand what you're talking about. I do think it's the emotional kind of stress, especially in what we do. Like, I'm not working from home, but I come in here, I'm in a different environment, trying to stay on top of details. You're kind of by yourself for the most part. And there is something that slight shift does make a difference. I feel like I'm more tired than usual. I woke up this morning, I'm like, what day is this? Tuesday? Oh, it's Wednesday. Yeah, I'm all thrown off, guys.
I saw a meme yesterday that said it's Tuesday, otherwise known now as day.
Yes.
Because nobody knows the concept of what the heck day it is because you're just in your jammies if you are working from home.
I feel like that's a very important part of our show right now. When we hit the air on Sunrise at 5 a.m., we should definitely stress what day of the week it is because people are losing track.
For our own benefit.
So we are watching, if you guys are watching
in our top story, it is Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. If you're watching the show brand new, we are watching your comments. You can type in, talk to us. I'm watching you guys on Twitter. Brenda's got you on Facebook. I'm also watching you on YouTube, although I can't see the stream. There it is. It just popped up. So type in some comments. We want to share them with everyone. How are you guys doing? Is it better, worse, weirder than you thought? And I know we have some comments about, last time I checked, about 30 people had chimed in on our Facebook post in just kind of the last hour. Paul says the commute is fantastic. I totally see that. Brianna, 100% better than she thought. Better commute, better for my family, better all around. Well, that's awesome. You're making it work. Cassie says, I'm actually loving having more time around my family. We've been able to have break times and interact, getting deeper in conversations we typically don't have time for. I'm learning so much from my kids and connecting with my husband. I'm still working my tail off to keep things going at work, but this is the work-life balance. Also, things are getting done around the house. Love to see that up on the ladder. Sue says, it's impossible since I'm a nurse. Thank you, Sue, for going to work. Angie says my coworker's a real slacker. As a dog.
But a cutie.
All of the dogs loving this, folks being home. What are you guys seeing live comments come in?
I'm looking at Greg Broadwater on Facebook. He said, I miss my coworkers. We're connecting through video chat, text, calls, that kind of thing, but it's just not the same. Yeah, I agree. And then Elsie says, all my kids' medical appointments have been canceled. I have to try to figure out how to do pool therapy at home. I had to cancel a doctor's appointment too. And Julie Watt says it does tend to make you feel disconnected and isolated from the company that you work for and your fellow employees. Kind of makes her feel like an outsider, she says.
It's definitely been weird here in our newsroom,
Absolutely,
not having you guys around. Drew, what is it like for you at home? I mean, you're like setting up your own camera. There's this backpack that's giving you the live signal.
Right.
But is it hard once your kids wake up of like, oh, I got to kind of write some stuff still?
You know, the blessing here is that, you know, I live with a woman who's usually pretty organized, but I can tell you that it's taking a toll on even Mia because we're both working from home. She's got a full-time job like I do. And so the kids are sort of going stir crazy because they've been home from school now since the beginning of last Monday. I could actually prove to you how quick I can get up to our upstairs and back down to the basement because I could probably show you what's hanging on their door. She put together a schedule, my wife did, because she's like, hey guys, there's no way that your dad and I are going to get done what we need to get done with you guys running around, acting like animals, and usually fighting. So she has structured a day for them, and some of that day involves schoolwork. And they started griping about it. I said, dude, I tried to lay it down to them. I said, listen, man, we're trying to hold on to our jobs. Okay, I know you're 12 and it's hard for you to understand that, but we are trying to hold on to our jobs. So you need to give us the opportunity to do those jobs. This isn't playtime all day. So that is sort of a situation in our house where the kids think this is a huge spring break. And we're saying like, no, man, this is us trying to stay employed.
Yeah, real talk. Rod, what about you with when Natasha gets up and stuff? Is she kind of giving you guys space?
Well, no, I tell you what's kind of cool. So my daughter figure skates, and you know, typically they would be leaving the house at 5 o'clock in the morning. She would be at the ice rink and then off to school, of course. And then in the afternoon, she'll often have some sort of fitness class or fitness training. So what's kind of cool is yesterday she actually had a one-on-one hour fitness session via Skype from a fitness instructor that she worked with earlier this year from Colorado Springs. So that's kind of cool. And then her ice skating coach, they've had kind of group video chat sessions with the ice skaters, and they've done some fitness workout programs over the computer with their ice skating coach here leading the way too. So that's kind of keeping Natasha in a bit of a routine. And you know, for me, I think the thing that's unnerving, and I'm not as relaxed as I thought I would be at home, is that, you know, we have a laptop program that allows me to get in remotely to the weather computer that's at the TV station. But the laptop program, it's really clunky, and you know, yesterday I was having fun that it's so small, some of what I have to see, and I'm sitting here with my magnifying glass to make sure I'm clicking on the right thing. So it just takes me a lot longer to do maybe 5 or 6 commands on the computer that I would do like that if I were back at the TV station.
Wait a minute, I thought you were joking about the big magnifying glass, but that's for real.
No, I was not kidding, Brenda. This was serious.
That is awesome. Okay.
It's funny, we have
Go ahead, Drew.
We actually have a viewer that chimed in by way of the text line, guys, and she was referring to Rod. She says, since Rod is forecasting from home this week, maybe Rod on the job should feature him doing household tasks at his house.
I love it.
It can be pretty funny.
I love it.
So, Rod, are you helping around with more of the chores?
No, I saw that. I made sure that I'm trying to make sure that my wife does not see that comment. So let's talk very quietly right now. She's in the next room.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Bruce Davis on YouTube saying he's doing good over there. He's in Clackamas. God bless you all for giving us the news. And he's telling us good morning. Brian says good morning on YouTube. I love that. Also, we want to show you I have been seeing like the funniest quarantine memes on Instagram and Facebook, and just trying to kind of lighten the mood by some of them. I love this. What was this from, Brenda? Breakfast Club. keep complaining about the quarantine. You just bought yourself another month. You want to keep going? I can do this all 2020, pal. I love that from the principal. When everyone's off work for 3 weeks except you, I'm in danger. Yes, some of these memes about drinking wine, taking your wine tour to every room of your home. Kara, thank you. I love that one. Yeah, everyone's going to be ditching the toilet paper hordes, hopefully, this summer when we don't need it. Julianne sending us that one in. I've done 2 Facebook posts with 5 or 6 of them each. That we can pull up in a little bit. But have you guys been seeing some fun stuff? Brenda,
oh my
I don't
God.
know if you've been seeing any fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. But real quick, I have 2 things. First, can the booth flip my monitor down here at the square so I can see my compadres? Thank you. And then I love this from Aaron Rigsby on our stream on Facebook. Getting ready to change into my work PJs. I do like the dress code if you're working from home.
Yeah.
Jeff Lucas, good morning. He says, I'm actually looking forward to my adventurous trip to the grocery store. That's pretty much the only place we're going these days, right? If we're social distancing and staying at home. Let's see, Kristen Moan, though, says, I love it. I get to bring my dog to work every day.
That is the best, I know. I think we have some, let's pull up some more memes. These are awesome. Is this not so true? Like, we're all on our devices anyway, and then as soon as it's quarantine time, we're all just like running outdoors, especially last weekend when it was spring. So true.
We want what we can't have, right?
I know, exactly. This one is really funny. A bar in my neighborhood is delivering entire liters of premixed margaritas, and you get a complimentary roll of toilet paper. It's really starting to feel like there are no rules anymore. And that is true. I've seen a restaurant in my neighborhood giving out margaritas. This one, I think this is kind of funny. 20 years when Charmin commercial comes on and he's having war PTSD flashbacks of this wild time. And laziness got a hell of a rebrand. It's called social distancing now. What a glow up. These are some of a few meme accounts. Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
I'll tell you what social distancing did for me yesterday.
What?
45 years old, I'll be 46 in 2 months. First time in my life I played Scrabble.
For real?
Never played Scrabble before in my life. Yes, last night we had a family game of Scrabble. Now, 2 things are wrong there, I understand. 1, I've never played the game. 2, our twins are 12 now, and we've never introduced them to the game. But we played it last night for the first time in my life.
How'd it go?
Caleb and I won.
Oh.
We beat Mia and Chase.
Oh, I bet she was not happy about that.
We always have Scrabble fights at my house because there are people that I live with that insist that the words that I put out there don't count, are not real words, or there's some Scrabble rule. So that is not a good game at our house. It is kind of fun to play because I do try and get a few things in there that maybe aren't exactly legal, but whatever.
You're the grammar smith. You got to know all
I can tell you there was a debate last night.
What?
There was a debate last night because one of us had vaporize was a word on the board. Someone got points for vaporize.
Okay.
And then someone had an R, so they added to it, and they got additional points for vaporizer.
Okay.
And then my son Caleb had a Y, and he wanted to put that at the end, vaporizer. And I said, that's not a word. And he looks it up. He looks it up on the web, and there was some company that sells vaporizers, and one of their pieces of equipment is said vaporizery. My wife said it counts, and that is probably the word that put us over the top to win the game.
You got the Z and the Y. Those are big points.
The judge weighs in. I'm going with Mia. If what she says goes.
Yeah, but I can't imagine. Like, it is so. I think, Drew, you were texting me like, "What's it like at work?" And it's weird, there's me and 2-3 other people physically here in the morning, and that's not very much. And then during the day when there's mobs of people, all of our reporters, all our managers, photographers, engineers, everything, there's 3 people here. It's weird. And I went up actually up to the sales floor, the 2nd floor, because I wanted to find a place if I could work out. We have a gym in our basement, but I don't really want to touch all the weights and all the stuff. And so I was scouting around for a conference room or some type of room that was carpeted that I could work out in just by myself. And there's not a soul upstairs.
Yep. Yep.
It's super weird.
You know, the other thing that I'm liking at home,
So you have the entire
even
second
though I'm
floor.
not working from home, I'm doing less work at home because other people are home. So because I come into the office 2 days in a row now, I've had like dinner made. I had Jeff made spaghetti and meatballs one day, and that yesterday he made these yummy, juicy cheeseburgers. And I was like, oh, the house is vacuumed, the bathrooms are all done, which pretty much my family is good about doing chores, but I feel like I'm getting extra special treatment because now they're home all the time.
Yeah, it's not all on your shoulders. Rod, what are you helping out with? What should be chore number
Brenda,
one for Rod?
you know-
What do you think?
Well, let me say my poor wife is having the opposite experience from Brenda because our daughter Natasha is home all the time, not gone to school for much of the day. I'm home all the time. So my dear wife shared with me yesterday that she feels like her workload has just exploded. Now, I don't know what we can do about that, and I'm not looking for suggestions, by the way.
I think we should
But
ask
she
them.
tells me her workload has exploded. One thing I have noticed real quick, you know, I was drove to the grocery store yesterday, and I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I moved here in April of 1999. I've always lived in the same little area for over 20 years now. And I swear, driving around Vancouver right now, that the traffic is back down pretty close to what it was when I moved here, which would point to how much the traffic has exploded in 20
Wow,
years. I don't know
yeah.
if that's an accurate barometer, but that's what it seems to me. It really does.
Yeah, it is.
I
very
love this idea from Robert D. Catlin. Good morning to you, Robert. He says, teach your kids how to do home chores, like changing light bulbs, oil in the car, laundry, cooking, home economics type things that most of them would never learn in school. So he went old school
Very
on
true.
that. Yeah.
JR Raven on YouTube. Good morning, JR, one of our loyal viewers. Rod, she has a suggestion for chore number one for you. So listen up. She wants you to clean the bathroom thoroughly. What do you think about that?
No, I did that. I mean, it's been years ago.
Rodney!
Well, I mean, Grayson cleans the bathroom. It's clean. I just haven't done it for years.
I know, Nina.
Well, all right.
right?
I'll tell you
throw
what,
my
I
oh my
will-
gosh.
I will tell my wife I can do that.
Hey, Rod, I'm with you, but I've
Boy, I'm being
never
shamed.
cleaned the bathroom in our house. Not
Never
not the
once.
thorough way.
Not the thorough way.
Oh my God.
You know
No,
what?
I mean, I
That's
keep
true,
it
though. I
tidy.
gotta say,
keep
I
it
totally
tidy.
agree
I mean,
with
if
you
there's a spill, I
guys.
pick it up.
No, I agree with you guys because sometimes Jeff will do, well, not sometimes, a lot of times, he'll do all those chores and then he's like, but you have to let me do it, right? Not the Brenda Braxton way to do it. If somebody else does it, that's their way.
Right.
Yes, you guys have a point. I get that.
Yeah, my way, which
My
shouldn't
way.
take much time at all.
Oh my gosh.
One time, our house is usually very clean, and I'm pretty tidy. My wife is very clean, and I'm pretty tidy. So it usually looks like it's in tip-top shape. Right before the holidays, we hired someone to come and clean the house because my wife was going to have some people over, and she said, I'm not going to have time. So, so this person's coming to the house around 1 o'clock to clean it. We had friends show up around noon, and we're like, hey, we got to go. Someone's coming to clean the house today. My buddy looks around and goes, man, they're going to be bored. It's like, it always looks like it's clean.
It does.
You
have
gotta
a
pick up the stuff. before
super
they
pretty
come.
house.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I give one shout out from Amy Bauman
please.
Walker? She says, my daughter Finley got her Chromebook from school on Monday and is very excited to see her teacher for the first time since she got out over a week ago. She loves school so much, it's been very hard for her not to see her friends and her teachers. So just want to thank all the Evergreen School District folks for making this happen for the kiddos.
Yeah.
Yay for the educators who are
seeing
still
that.
pulling everything together.
Tammy Lynn left us a comment on Facebook. She said, I am so blessed. I am able to work from home. I'm loving every minute of it. It's very productive without the distractions of other coworkers and my employees coming around to talk to me. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Director Brian just said in my ear, Rod and Drew. And you know what, Drew, I have to say, I laugh more than anything. That's one of my favorite parts of being back there in the studio because Drew is always doing something like real life 24/7 when he's at work and I'm always giggling. I do feel like I'm more productive down
You know what I
here.
miss, Brenda? And I never thought I would say this, but you giving me a heads up on when you bring hard-boiled eggs as a snack.
I
So
know.
I
I
don't
bring
think that there's just
aggressive
like a fart air, you know, in our
from
midst.
Drew. I know. She thought Drew. Yeah, kind of like, yeah,
Hey,
yeah. I know
You
I'm
know what I
guilty.
miss?
Aggressive snacks.
How about
I
this,
like
Brenda?
hard-boiled eggs. Tell me.
I miss Brenda when we're in the studio at around 4:59, a minute before the show, and suddenly the door opens up and we hear a large belch, and we know that our friend Nina is entering the studio. I miss those
I have
moments.
done that
We are
one
airing
time.
dirty laundry
One
now, aren't we? One time, girl.
I've done it one time.
No. Come on.
See, this is what you get with Sunrise Extra. These are the behind-the-scenes moments that you just
Hey, real quick,
don't
guys,
care about.
can I say something?
Yes.
My wife brought up a good point yesterday. We have a dear friend that lives up north of us in the Port Angeles area. And, you know, she has her own career, but she lives alone. And it's kind of important. Maybe pick up the phone call and call one of your friends you haven't talked to in a while today who lives alone or is at home alone because they're working. Because, you know, we're blessed. We have family members and people running around the house. But if you're all alone in your house, you probably would appreciate maybe a phone call from a good friend you haven't had in a while.
That's a great reminder, Rod. Thank
Very good
you.
advice.
I appreciate
All right,
that.
you guys, we got to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching Sunrise Extra and chatting live with us. We do it every weekday at 7 a.m. Have a good day.